Before we start the video, we would like to inform you that there will be a giveaway of a $5 Google card in the next video. If you really want to win, please subscribe to our channel and leave a comment to participate. Don't miss the chance to be the lucky winner. We hope you enjoy watching the video. In a tourist region by the sea, Bishop lives on his yacht and wakes up in the morning, drinks his coffee, and puts on his favorite record. He listens to some music and then leaves the ship to place a bomb inside it in case anyone thinks they can steal from him. He drives to the restaurant where he knows the staff and asks the waiter for a table with a view of the sea. Then an Asian-looking woman approaches him and says, "I've been looking for you for a long time. The boss wants you to kill 3 people for him. If you do it, it will look like a stroke of fate, and no one will question it. I think you can do it since you're the best in your field." If he doesn't agree, she threatens to betray him because he is officially considered dead. When he looks around, he sees men staring at him menacingly. He calls the woman to take a photo of her as she tries to draw her weapon, but he knocks her down. Then the men attack him, but he defends himself and there's an action scene. Due to the action scene taking place in our movie, don't forget to give us a like, share, and subscribe to our channel. When Bishop checks the surveillance cameras, he sees that the men staring at him are actually his followers who are tracking him. He calms down on a wall of the restaurant and then takes a cable car down, along with some companions. They threaten the people in the cable car and search for him, but he stands on a bridge above them, and the Asian-looking woman shoots him. He jumps off the cable car and lands on a handmade plastic airplane belonging to the tourists. Returning to his yacht at night, he watches the place from a distance and finds 2 men searching for him there. Without hesitation, he takes out his phone and blows up the ship they're on. Then he goes to a container complex, opens one of the containers, and burns his passport and some personal belongings. After that, he goes to an island in Thailand where a friend of his owns a tourist hotel. He always gets a room from her and opens a secret place under the bed where he keeps a bag with phones, weapons, and other personal items. He searches his laptop for a picture of the Asian girl and finds information about her and Crane, the man she works with. As his girlfriend enters the room, she asks for his help and he notices bruises on her body. She refuses any further assistance and tells him she just needs first aid supplies that she took before leaving. Later that evening, he sees the girl's girlfriend cooking the girl who came in the morning, while a man beats her on a nearby boat. He rushes over and asks the man to help her. He then goes back to his ship and asks the man who hit her to let her go, but the man refuses. When he tries to aim a weapon at him, he hits him, and the man dies in his hand. He gives his weapon to his girlfriend and tells her that he will end the matter here, while giving her his passport and phone on which she sees a picture of him. Then he burns the boat and returns to his room where he asks his girlfriend if she is American, and who has his picture on her phone. She tells him that she was threatened by him and that everything was staged so that he could find her. And once she is left with him, she calls a number on her phone and her role is over. Bishop knows that Gina is a refuge for children who were victims of human trafficking and that Karim threatened her that she will kill the children if she does not do what he asks. Bishop notices that there is a boat in the middle of the ocean where men are watching them and asks her to pretend they belong together. In fact, she later apologizes to him for getting him involved with these people, and he understands that she had no choice because these children are everything in her life. He understands her situation because he himself was an orphan and was bought by a gangster named Karim. Then, Karim plans his escape with Bishop after he escapes with Gina. He gives her a memory watch from her father and tells her to keep it until they meet again the next morning. The next morning, Karim's men come to the island and kidnap Gina. They call Bishop and ask him to meet them man to man. When he leaves, Karim asks him to bring Gina back, and he assures him that he will bring her back after he receives the 3 files he gave him, which contain information and photos about her. The first file is about an African arms dealer who is imprisoned in a high-security prison, and the guards protect him so that no one can reach him. He gives him a box with a pill similar to GPS and asks him to swallow it after completing his mission so that they can find him. After each killing, he will make a video, and after his last one, he will receive instructions on where she is. Beishub then returns to Malaysia and investigates information about the prison where he is being held, the first target, which is located in the middle of a sea full of sharks and surrounded by 100-meter-high cliffs. This is not reassuring, but Beishub does some investigations about criminals wanted by the justice system and chooses one who is tattooed on his face. On the second day, in the morning, he goes out on the street and attracts attention, gets arrested, and brought to the prison. In the prison, he remembers Karim's words that if the incident is not disclosed, it will not stop, and they will take him to the sea after the operation. In the prison, he meets Krill, who does not move without his men, and tells him that he is the one who killed the president of Liberia, and many people, whose family members have tried to kill him several times in prison. It seems that the situation is by no means reassuring, and when a fellow prisoner tries to kill him, he defends himself and eventually accepts Krill as a friend and invites him to dinner. However, when he leaves, Krill kills him and pretends that it was poisoning from the food in the prison. He then blows up the prison wall with dynamite and escapes by applying a substance to his body that keeps the sharks away, which he took in the pill, and jumps into the water. He sends a message to the captain of the ship that he has successfully completed his mission and can board the ship. He then calls Gina and tells her that he still has 36 hours to reach his second target and that no one will kill her as long as he is alive. Afterwards, he gives him information about the second victim, Adrian, a billionaire who is involved in mining, but in reality is trafficking humans. He lives in a skyscraper in Australia on the 58th floor. His apartment is completely armoured and all doors are bulletproof, with sensors and iris scans at each entrance. Despite living in a fortress in the air, he disguises himself as a handyman and is willing to rent the apartment below. With a real estate agent, he tours the apartment and photographs the keys to the apartment, takes a detailed sketch of the building, and then builds glass bombs. He camouflages himself as maintenance personnel and enters the apartment with the stolen keys. He goes to the billionaire's glass swimming pool and places the glass bomb inside and detonates it while he is inside. He falls from the roof of the building. When he spoke with Gina, he moved smartly and aimed the camera at the yacht's number, which allowed him to find out exactly where the store owner was with his yacht. He took a helicopter and flew to the location of the yacht. Then, he boarded the yacht and killed some of the guards, but eventually, he was captured and threatened by Karim. Karim explained to him that he would terminate their deal if he ever did something like that again, and instructed him to fulfill his third mission, to kill the wealthy American arms dealer named Max. Max had bought a monument for Bulgarian communists that was built on a mountain where a submarine repair dock was hidden. These submarines were equipped with intercontinental missiles, and no one could enter or exit. Anyone who tried died, and after the deaths of the two killed by Karim, Max increased his security measures. Karim demanded that Max be killed within 24 hours. When Gina found out that Max had requested a medical helicopter, he hid inside the helicopter and turned off the cameras when he arrived. He killed some guards, and when they brought Max to a safe room, Gina detonated a bomb in the elevator and waited for him. He met with Max and proposed to deceive Karim by faking his death, and then actually killing him to save himself. Max sent his men to search for Gina, and Gina remained alone on the yacht, making it easy to get rid of him. Eventually, Gina faked Max's death by detonating a bomb at the headquarters, and as Max fell into the sea, Gina waited for him with an oxygen tank. After arriving on the island, he called Bishop Karim and asked him to fetch his girlfriend, but he refused and told him that he would see his corpse. He told his men to go to the diving pool to confirm Max's death. Then he killed Bishop and prepared the place for their arrival by planting explosives everywhere. When they arrived, he killed them all and saw Karim on the cameras, watching what happened. Then he waited for him on the boat, and Bishop boarded the boat and killed all of Karim's men. Gina was shot, and Karim activated the self-destruct of the boat for 3 minutes. Then he brought Bishop to his girlfriend and boarded a rescue capsule that detached from the boat before the explosion. He fought Karim, and they were tied up with an iron chain on the boat before it exploded. Gina was rescued, and Max and his men watched as the walls of the boat sank in the ocean. Then Gina will be with the children at school and will be surprised to see Bishop in front of her. When Max checked the cameras, he found out that Bishop was hidden in an emergency room located in every rescue boat. This protected him from the explosion. That's the summary of today's movie. Stay tuned for the next video and a new summary for a new movie. Goodbye.